Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today on Hilario Gaming. In this video, I'm going to be recording myself going to the Pokemon tournament in Greensboro 2019. I'm going to be interviewing some players there and showing just a little bit of the venue inside. The beginning part recorded in the car and the audio is a little messed up, so please forgive that. If you want to, you can skip forward onto the part where I start showing the inside, basically where all the music starts. And then after that, I'll start doing some interviews. Again, thanks for watching. This is Ripley.
Yo, how's it going, YouTube? This is your boy Ripley here with Hilario Gaming. And today we're going to the Pokemon Regional in Greensboro. This is where we cue the cool intro music.
Lunch is after this round. You need to be in your seat, ready to play, starting at 2:30.
I'm pretty excited about today. I feel like I have my strongest team that I've brought to a competition yet. I think large-scale tournament, this is going to be number, I think 3 for me. 1, 2, no, I think 4. It's 3 or 4. Yeah, so this is my 3rd or 4th tournament, large-scale in-person tournament. I feel like I have my strongest team that I brought. I feel real comfortable with this team. I'll bring up a link to it so you guys can check it out. But basically, my core that I went with was Yveltal, Groudon, and Cineroar, Venusaur. Those are my main 4 on the team that I kind of started building from, because everybody was about going in and setting up Geomancy, setting up their speed control, and I decided to try to make a little tankier team with an Assault Vest, Yveltal, the especially defensive Berry and Snarl, Incent, and then Groudon, and as a tank, he's E-move user. And then Venusaur is my little bit of burst of speed, typical sleep powder set. From there, I just tried to find, I wanted 2 Pokemon that would allow me to kind of switch up my game plan if I wanted to. Give me a couple of different answers to the Xerneas Kyogre threat. And with that, I decided to go with Tapu Lele Drift Bloom, because again, it gives me turn 1 speed control. I can set up my own Tailwind to counteract the Geomancy. I can also run Haze. I'm running Haze, Tailwind, Haze, Shadow Ball, and then Destiny Bond. So if, the Scarf Kyogre gets out there and is trying to, one-shot everything, Drift Bloom's low enough to get the Destiny Bond off, then, we should be able to make the Kyogre basically kill itself. Kind of the idea is if I'm already slower with the Drift Bloom, having the specialty up, I live 1 Water Spout, get off the Destiny Bond, and then the next turn they're basically forced to switch or lose their Kyogre to the Destiny Bond. And of course the Lele with that to activate the Seed, give me some protection from priority. Tapu Lele is just a strong Pokemon. I wanted something that could use Psyshock again for the Xerneas. And I'm actually not sure which one I'm going to use. I have 2 Leles. I'm still going to decide this last hour if I'm going to use my Wiki Berry set with Calm Mind, or if I want to run the Choice Specs set and just start blasting things out of the way. I kind of like the idea of the choice specs. You know, you come out turn one, and they have to decide, okay, I'm going to try to kill this Lele, or let the drift bloom set up. Then my Groudon comes in, or my Ensign, my Yveltal, if they do kill the Lele. Chances are I took one of their Mons out or got them so low. And then, you know, if Yveltal comes in as outspeeding and can get, you know, snarls off before he can get hit with the vest. And I have, you know, the Ensign switch in as well. I think it puts me in a really good spot. So I'm really excited to see what all type of vendors and stuff be there. Usually they have some really cool memorabilia. I'm all about shirts and hats and stuff like that, especially the hats, man. I'll buy a hat real fast. I got my coffee ready and my big Ozark. Let's think this one. We're back, guys. We almost lost the camera, but it's okay. We're back. I think everything's alright. The road's getting a little rough around this area right here. As I was saying, I have my Ozark here, my cheap Yeti, because we aren't about that Yeti money around here. Yeah, so I'm going to get back to driving and figuring out which one of these Tapu Leles I'm going to use. And I'll check back in with you guys when we get there.
All right, man. It's Ripley here with Hilario Gaming. We got your boy. What's your name, man?
JG, Justin Gomes.
Hey, man. Tell us how's your game been going today?
Dude, so the first one was good. Took a W. Everything was all right. Second game, I did tailwind twice. Didn't realize it. So it was a missed click. And then the third game went pretty smooth, actually. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, the comeback is real. So we're going to see what happens when we come back from the intermission. But I haven't played VGC in like 2 years. So yeah, this is the knocking off the ring rust a little bit.
Yeah, got to get broke back.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, those missed clicks do happen, man.
Yeah.
Those missed clicks do happen.
Definitely.
What type of team did you bring today?
My team was primarily.
You don't have to get into nothing.
Yeah, just like
serious
weather.
details.
Yeah.
So it's just going off the weather control.
Bringing in some heat, yeah.
Right,
and then that's about it. And then the standard set that basically everybody's been running. And stuff like that.
How do you feel about the current meta that we have going on?
I think that it's good now versus what I hear is coming for the next. What is the next regional?
Ultra.
Yeah.
Ultra comes,
that just sounds absolutely ridiculous. That sounds like it's going to be a nightmare. It sounds like 2011 when they had like the Palkia and Dialgas running around like crazy. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty intense. But
did you like that they did the switch ups with the meta? Have you been playing this whole current season?
Well, no. This is actually my first time in this season going back to play. Yeah. But I feel as though that it's pretty even. I've seen some stuff that wasn't standard. You know how everybody does like a little bit of showdown, like practice, whatever else. But like I've seen some stuff that wasn't like your ordinary traditional stuff. But definitely a lot of creativity here at this regional for sure. Right. I see that carrying over into the next season too. Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
What Pokemon surprised you the most that you saw today?
Oh man. Probably Ferrothorn. I wasn't with the team that it was partnered with. I was not expecting that. They complemented it really well. Right. The guy had Ferrothorn, Yveltal, and his switch-ins were absolutely crazy. Like just the predictions were insane. So
that's still grass type. He has the good switch-ins and very bad switch-ins as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And I felt the brunt of the bad switch-ins for sure. I did feel the brunt of that. But again, that creativity, man, it's definitely there. You could definitely see a president this region.
You excited about Sword and Shield?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to see what they're going to do for the next gen because again, it's going to be on the Switch. Right. So I'm excited to see what they do with that platform because I feel as though that there's a lot of like endless possibilities. I actually am like a software engineer, so I find using and switching to that platform it's kind of needed at this point. You know? Being able to adapt and dive in. I mean, you're competing with the big three when you have like Xbox, PS4. So I think this is definitely going to take place on that side.
Right. Definitely. Well, hey man, I appreciate your time today.
Hey, thank you.
I'm gonna let you. All right, boss man, just tell them your name for the people out there that don't know.
My name's Jeremy Gumps. What's up? How you guys doing?
So Jeremy, tell us how your game's been going today. Well, I know how your last game. Tell us about your other games.
Well, I just played him. It was a pretty fun set. The other two games were a little bit hacksy, but it happens. It is Pokemon at the end of the day. But I'm still having a good time. My first set was really, really fun, really, really close games. I'm running Groudon and Xerneas, which I thought was the call, but you see Groudon's being a little bit inconsistent today. But
a lot of that coming with that misses.
With those precipice plays.
And you missing 100% of the time.
Yep, I've missed at least 11. But somehow won 2 sets, so I don't know.
So what Pokemon did you see today that surprised you the most?
I've heard Togedemaru's going around, which is pretty scary. Live Card is going around as well, which is a little bit annoying as well. Mostly like the annoying mons. Talonflame got me really bad. Because I have nothing to really hit it. But other than that, pretty standard stuff, Lunala and stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the current meta that we have going on and the meta changing like it does?
I think that this meta, especially that we're playing now, is really relying on matchup. I know that's like crazy and stupid to say, but it really is relying on that, on what your Ubers are. You know what I'm saying? Because you could pair like Groudon with Venusaur. You could do that, Kyogre with a Kingdra. But like, it really does rely on those two legendaries that you use. So that's why I said Groudon really wasn't the call. The rest of the team's nice, but Groudon just really wasn't the call today.
Do you feel like in this format with with us having Z moves but no Megas, do you feel like Xerneas is a little overpowered with the Ubers that are
100%, because there's too many support mons that can actually help out Xerneas, like Incineroar or anything that has Rage Powder or Follow Me. So
Yeah, that's why we're seeing so many. That's why
we're seeing
so many
a lot of
Xerneas.
Xerneas.
Yeah,
a lot of Xerneas.
So you excited for Sword and Shield?
Oh, I'm super excited, dude.
I'm
super excited. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you ready?
Yeah.
You
My
ready?
brother actually got me a Switch, so
he
I've been playing like Smash Bros and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm excited.
What biggest change you'd like to see him make with Sword and Shield? If you had to pick one thing.
Connectivity issues, that's 100% got to be fixed. We are in 2019 now. This is a next-gen console, so I definitely want to see no lag, especially since I lost the series because of that, because of us disconnecting. I definitely want to see better connectivity, and I'm sure you've heard about Nintendo not having the best online system, but pretty much.
I've experienced it.
Pretty much that. On last stock in Smash Bros, and you just want to race. So
Exactly.
Totally.
Yep.
All right, awesome, man. Well, hey, I'll let y'all boys get to lunch.
For sure,
Appreciate
man.
y'all's time again, man. What's your name?
TJ.
Hey, buddy. Tell us about your games today. How they been?
Well, I'm going 2-2 right now, so that's not too bad. Breaking even. Better than my last regional, which was a year ago. So we're doing all right.
Yeah, so trying to knock some of the rust off.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
What type of team did you bring today?
I brought Groudon, Yveltal, with what else on my team? There's Tapu Koko, Stakataka, Venusaur. There's another one. Oh, Incineroar. Like he's on there.
Incineroar, right?
He's good.
Yeah, of course he's on there, right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
You have a pretty strong team there, man. What do you feel is the real key Pokemon for that team?
Probably Venusaur. I think he's the best Pokemon in Moon Series because with Groudon he outspeeds everything. They need Tailwind up to outspeed it, and he goes first, sleep powders their Pokemon, stops them from moving. And then he hits super effective for Kyogre and all the Tapus. So you beat all the fairy types. You don't really beat Xerneas, but you can fight against it. If it gets Geomancy up, you fight against it. Right. Yeah, but it's a good team. I enjoy it. I used to play it back in 2016, back when we had Primal Groudon, which that qualified me for Worlds at Nationals. But I stopped playing after that I'm more staffing now, I'm more judge and hang out. But when I do get to play a regional, I do enjoy it.
Gotcha.
Have fun.
How do you feel about the current meta and how they're doing the meta this year with it, kind of changing up every couple months?
I think it's better. It's something, because I've been playing since 2009, and this is something we've been asking for a while, because we always get our format change on January 1st. So after Worlds, we've already figured the format out, and it's really stale for the last couple months of the year until we change it up in January for whatever the new game is, or whatever, if they change the format up if they don't release a game. Like they did in 2016, but I think this is better because you have to plan you have to plan your teams better. Right. And I think that's a bigger, you can't just play the same team all year. You have to change things up as the year goes on.
Do you think they chose the right, kind of a format for them to do it the way they went through the 3 series and the Pokemon they chose?
I liked Sun Series a lot more than I liked Moon Series. I don't like Moon all that much. I think the Z Crystals really unbalance some things. But I think it'll get better when we get to Ultra Series, where they add the Megas and you get the Primals back and you get Ultra Necrozma. So I think that'll kind of balance the Z moves out a little bit. But I don't mind Moon Series. I don't know if there was a better way they could have done it. I think Sun was one of the best formats we've had in years. It was as fun to play as 2010 was. I think it was a great way to do it. I wish they had a 4th format so we knew what we were doing after Worlds. Right. But, with Sword and Shield coming out in November, I'm sure that'll be what we play in January, but they'll probably surprise us after Worlds with something new.
Yeah. You excited about Sword and Shield?
The game looks pretty good. I've only seen the same 7 minutes of footage everyone else has, but I think it looks really cool, and I like the starters. I like the region. I think the Galar region looks pretty cool. Based out of the UK. One of my friends is from the UK, so
cool.
It's really cool.
Well, hey man, one more question. If you could change one thing from this Pokemon game to when Sword and Shield comes out, any aspect of it, what would you change?
Any aspect of the game itself?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That could be of the game, of the competitive format, or anything. Yeah,
that's a tough one because they did a lot of good fixes from X and Y to Sun and Moon, nerfing a lot of the abilities that were really broken, like Gale Wings and Aerialate. I don't know, maybe maybe tone down Xerneas a little bit, like change his
Just a
ability.
little?
Yeah,
Just a
tone down
little?
his ability a little bit, because I'm sure we'll play with him again later. But yeah, I think like maybe tone down some of the power levels. I've never been a huge fan of fairy types, but like I understand why they had to exist, because like back in Black and White, dragons were super powerful. Like everyone had one, and
That was
they
the
just
staple
needed
back then.
you just needed an answer to it. So. I don't know, like maybe like I think a year without the Tapus is going to be really nice too. If we go to like the regional decks for Galar, I'm sure they won't be in there. So I think getting away from them for a year will be nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I appreciate your time today. What's your name again?
TJ.
TJ.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely, man.
But all right, man. We got my buddy Foster here today.
Hello.
Tell us about the team you brought.
So I'm running a rain team with Scissor. It's Kyogre, Lunala, Scissor, and Sin, Serena, Smeargle. It's a cool team. I kind of threw it together last minute. I was originally going to run Ogre Ho-Oh today, but I decided against it.
I like the Ho-Oh.
Yeah, it's solid, but I was worried about Landorus. There's a lot of Landorus on ladder right now, and I've seen like 0 at this event, so maybe
I think I saw one. I saw one.
Maybe not the call to switch, but like whatever. Scissor's been doing pretty good when it can come to matchups. So.
Right, yeah. Definitely a more unique at least in this format. You don't see it as much, but very strong.
I feel like it's underrated. There's a lot of stack attacka in this metagame, which is good, but stacka is very easy to just one-shot. And Scissor can live hits from those things, which answer your Zern answer being a stack attacka. So I think Scissor's pretty good, and it shuts down Xerneas really well.
Can you tell us about your Scissor?
So it's a Swords Dance with Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, just normal stuff.
Right,
Protect.
yeah.
So
typical just kind of get up in their face, take their healing, and
I mean, it can live a lot of hits to get set up. They try and cycle Intimidates with Incineroar. It doesn't really take it out, and if you keep Rain up, Incineroar doesn't really pressure KO.
Right.
So it's good, and then you can just heal yourself fully back on the Incineroar itself. So like it really
definitely goes good with, especially with the KO.
I mean, people, if they have it with them, always bring it when they see that Scissor, because it gives a lot of people trouble, and like. Please do. Like, I appreciate the berry. Like, it's really nice.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and with him, usually he's kind of spec'd, sort of a similar way as the Incineroar, so that berry won't really give you that confusion or anything.
Right.
Like
yeah.
that
like no one's running. I don't know. Like if something like a Finny, I would think twice about bug biting it.
Right, yeah, but the Incineroar is probably going to be safe.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of them are.
What Pokemon did you see today that sort of surprised you the most?
Surprise. Let me look at my matchups, because I don't know if I've played a lot of standard teams. Last round I played, Tornogre, really standard. Nothing about it was weird. Played Zerndon. Basically, it played like 2 Evil Dawns, but one of them had Xerneas instead of the Evil Tall. So people are still running that, even though I thought they'd leave it behind. And then round 1, I played Kyle Livinghouse Animus, who's currently 4-0. You may have seen him on stream. He has Coco Volcarona though, which is interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had a game against the Volcarona, very strong. The Z move, very strong.
Volcarona's a good one. It's hard to make consistently work well on your team. I ran Volcarona at Dallas, and I felt like it was the weakest member of that team, but it did what it needed to do, which was like set Tailwind, because mine was not offensive. It was Sash Tailwind, which I think people should give it another look.
Right.
Volcarona's a cool mon.
Comes in, does its job.
Yeah, it's strong. Can Oko Groudon?
Right. Yeah. What do you think about the format that they have right now?
I think it's kind of it's fun to play, but a lot of the mental stress of playing this format is trying to build. And so I think I really enjoyed Sun Series, but I think Moon Series so far has been very kind of oppressive to build for.
That seems kind of be the general. A lot of people talking about that.
I mean, it's still fun to come and play a set, unless it comes down to like my Sleep Powder missed, my Lovely Kiss missed, like that sucks. But like playing the games is fine, although it's still not the most comfortable metagame that I played. But I played some games in Ultra, and I'm trying to switch over to practicing for that. And I enjoy that.
This is our last one before.
Yeah. This is the last. This and there's Perth regionals going on in Australia right now. I think they're the last majors in Moon, and then it's Ultra. Well, I mean, there would be locals still too. So if you have an MSS or something, which hey, you can't totally give up on Moon. So like, hopefully this is at least good practice for me.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 2-2 currently. I'm not super happy about it, but we're staying alive, and we'll see.
Right.
You know,
and you can drop what? You can only drop 2 today. Right?
I can't afford really to drop anything else if I want CP, and even then it might be hard just because my resistance may not be good. I mean, Kyle's really good for resistance. Especially if he goes undefeated, then I think as long as I can manage not to drop a set, I should be okay. But managing not to drop a set now is going to be tough. Like, there's a lot of good players who are 2-2 right now. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players showed up today too. So it's a really big bracket. We had over 100 today. What do you think about? You excited about Sword and Shield?
Oh yeah, totally. It looks great.
Yeah. What?
Sobble squad. Sobble.
All about the Sobble.
Sobble's cool. I like Rookie too. I like all of them, to be honest. And usually when I play the games, I actually use the starter for like a minute. Like I get 1 gym badge, and I'm like, okay, you can sit in the box, you can chill. But Sobble's cute. I don't know. I like it now.
He may have to stay with you.
Yeah, well, usually my first opinion like changes. You know, like I like a starter the best at first, and then I'm like, oh no, we're getting another one. So we'll see if I stick with Sobble.
You're not ready to see another Incineroar?
Rookie is cool too. If he like grows up into like Sun Wukong, like Goku, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he has the stick in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm like, this is where it should go. Stop telling me about drums. Like he looks like
He looks like
a little cloud and
yeah. It's Sword and Shield, stick with the weapon.
Yeah. Come on, Game Freak.
What? Speaking of Game Freak, what change would you like to see from this game or meta to the Sword and Shield, competitive or in the game itself? What would you like to see changed?
I guess I'll give 2 answers. If we're talking about a metagame like this one, like a restricted format, I just want more restricteds.
Lesser.
Right now there are not enough
Pokemon.
Well, no. I think there should just be more restricted class legendaries. If there were like twice as many and they had more type diversity and more things that they did, this metagame would feel a lot more healthy.
Yeah.
So I don't think having a 2 restricted format is bad. I just think we need more. So like Game Freak released like 18 legendaries next gen. Why not? Just do it.
Why not? Just do it.
I mean, it'll help us out in 3 years from doing this again. Otherwise, in general, what do I want? New mechanic would be cool. I'm excited for just like another Dex format. Like I didn't play 17, so it'll be exciting to do like a regional Dex format.
Right. Yeah.
So
would you like to see them do something sort of like they did with Sun and Moon, where sort of the initial format is very restricted to, say, the decks of that game?
That's fully what I expect for Sun and Moon. Sorry. We all know they're going to do that, right? Like it's not going to be like VGC 2020 Little Cup or something. Like,
right, yeah.
It's going to be a Dex format, and I want to play my first one, so it should be cool.
Right, cool. All right, man. Tell them your name again.
Oh, I'm Foster Hughes. Correct.
Well, hey, man. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Okay, guys, I'm back here in the car. We're on lunch. Just got done doing a couple interviews. Just wanted to check in with you guys. So, right now I am 1-3. Not too good. Kind of had some, I guess you could say, bad luck. I'm not too happy about it. So let me just kind of explain what happened. So game 1, I had to start with 1 game down. So I lost what was my first game, what they consider game 2, and got counted a loss for that game. A game which I feel in games 2 and 3 I would have been able to easily take, considering his team. And once I confirmed some different information about him. Can I say that 100%? No, he may have outplayed me. I could have made a mistake, could have missed Precipice Blades. But basically what happened was we got here to the event center, and there were more than one event going on. So once I finally figured out which part of the event center had the Pokemon going on and got in, it was about 8, sometime between 8 and 10. And, I ran, got checked in, got my team sheet, started filling out and hopped in line. So, me and a couple other people were standing in line, and and they're moving us in, checking us in. Well, we're there, we're ready. We're ready to play. Only thing we're doing is waiting on them to go through and check everybody's box. So basically, what happens? Somebody trying to find their car, I guess. So basically, what happens is I get up to the check-in, and they tell me that because it's past 8:30, I'll have to take a game down. I understand that's the rules, and you need to be on time. But me and all those other people in line, we were there on time. We were in the building. We were in the line. We can't help that. We're having to sit there and wait on you to check everybody in, to do your team checks. This is 2019. We shouldn't even have to be doing team checks. There's no reason why there's no way we can automatically check it through the game. I don't see why Nintendo Game Freak, whoever can't implement something like that to speed up this process, so that stuff like this doesn't happen. Again, maybe I could have got here a little earlier. I had a 2-hour drive this morning, so maybe I should have just got up and got here a little earlier, and I wouldn't have to, have worried about it. But I do feel like, that kind of sucks. But besides that, my games went good. I had good matches. I don't think I really had too many that were RNG dependent. I did have one game 3 where I missed the precipice blades. That kind of sucks, but it's not 100% accurate, so you have to expect that from time to time. And then the other 2 games, I just had some bad reads. When to double protects, things like that, and it cost me the game. Sometimes you outplay yourself. That's how it is. But I think with that, with my 1-3, I'm pretty much out of day 2. I haven't been playing enough this season to get any points, so it doesn't matter about points. So I think I'm going to call it quits there today. So I'm going to hit the road, head on back to the house, and I guess I'll check in with you guys and kind of close up on everything there. So we'll see you then.